A very good morning, dear students. Today we are standing in the kitchen and we are going to light this burner of the gas. So what do you see? You see a flame which is burning and you can see the blue flame. That means it is the hottest flame of the burner. And what do I do with this flame? I will definitely cook food. That means this flame is also giving me heat energy with which I am able to cook my food. And with the help of my controller or the regulator, I can reduce the flame as much as I want and I can increase the flame as much as I want. Okay, so with this we are going to start a chapter, that is combustion. Yes students, just now we saw the gas flame, that LPG gas flame, and we know that when we turn on the gas, the flame comes when we light with the lighter, and then we can see the flame as well as a lot of heat energy is produced with which we can cook our food. So what is fuel then? So fuel we can define as the materials which produce heat energy on burning in air. Okay, जो भी मटेरियल एयर में बर्न करने पर हीट एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं उसे हम फ्यूल कहते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कोल इज अ फ्यूल, कोक, kerosene oil, LPG, petrol, wood, charcoal, cow dung cakes, CNG, etc. These all are the fuels because they burn in the presence of air or oxygen and then produce tremendous amount of heat energy along with flames also sometimes. Not every fuel produces the flame. Now, how do we define combustion? That's the title of the chapter, combustion. What is combustion now? So, any chemical process in which a substance burns in air or oxygen with the release of heat and light energy is called combustion. Right? Combustion उसी प्रोसेस को कहते हैं जिसमें कोई भी मटेरियल जब वो एयर में बर्न करता है और a lot of amount of heat energy is produced along with light energy is produced and it is called combustion. Okay, so that means fuel undergoes combustion. Now the materials which on heating in the presence of air or oxygen catch fire easily and produce heat and light energy are called combustible materials or fuel. Just now we explained fuel also. Fuel is also material which produces heat energy on burning. Similarly कोई भी material जिसको हम हीट करें in the presence of air or oxygen और उसको फायर लग जाती है and it produces heat and light energy, उस मटेरियल को हम कहते हैं combustible material और fuel. Now let's see some examples. We can classify all the materials into two categories. One is combustible materials and the other is non-combustible materials. So I have some examples over here and this is the matchbox in which there is a matchstick. So if I light this matchstick by the force of friction which I apply on this matchstick and the matchbox rough surface and I try to burn this paper, definitely I am able to burn it. That means it's combustible, it can catch fire. If I try to burn this piece of cloth, it is also able to catch fire. Okay, that means it's also combustible and this mass is also combustible. Now I have another group of items over here. Let's try to burn this rubber band. It's burning but actually it's melting. You can see the rubber band has melted. Okay, it is just like a plastic. If I try to burn this stone, I'm not able to. If I try to burn this nail, I'm not able to. That means these rubber band, this stone, this nail, they come in the category of non-combustible substances. That means they cannot catch fire, they cannot produce any heat energy or the light energy, right? So this is the category of combustible and non-combustible materials. Examples. So as we can see from the examples that I shown just now, we can classify the materials into two categories. Combustible materials, in which we saw matchstick was combustible, paper was combustible, cloth was combustible. Then there is a magnesium ribbon, you might have seen in 7th class also. It is available in the labs, I don't have right now. And charcoal. These are the combustible materials because they catch fire in the presence of air and they produce heat and light energy. And then non-combustible materials which don't catch fire in the presence of air, oxygen, like rubber I have shown you, iron nails, even the glass or the stones. Okay, these are the non-combustible materials which don't produce any heat energy or light energy on burning in the presence of air. Now when we are talking about air in all these paragraphs, that the materials produce heat and light in the presence of air or oxygen. So how can we say that air is necessary or oxygen is necessary for burning? So let's do a simple experiment. Now we are going to do an activity to prove that air or oxygen is necessary for combustion. I've got 2 candles over here. I have a matchbox, I have a glass jar, and I have a lid of the glass jar to create vacuum. Vacuum tight jar is with me. So let's start the activity. First I light the candle which is outside the jar. It is having a sufficient supply of air. Excess of air is around it and enjoying its flame, so you can clearly see the flame. Now I have another candle which I am going to put into the jar, and we can see the difference between the 2 flames. So observe the difference of the 2 flames. No air is blowing, but you can see that the candle which is outside the jar, its flame is static, not moving at all. But the candle which is inside the jar, its flame is flickering, that means moving, because it's not able to get sufficient supply of air to burn. So continuous flickering of the flame is there, whereas the candle which is outside, it's static, it's not moving at all. So here there is insufficient supply of air in the jar, that's why the candle flame is flickering and producing smoke also. Now let's cover this jar with a vacuum tight lid. I'm covering this jar with a vacuum tight lid, and let's observe what happens. I have closed the lid tightly. Now this candle is burning and consuming the air which is inside the jar, and you can see whatever moist air was inside, it is being consumed by the candle. And slowly and gradually, the flame is put off. So this shows that because the supply of air was stopped here by covering this with a vacuum tight lid, and so the candle was put off. This experiment shows that definitely air or oxygen is required for the burning process or for the combustion process. From this activity, हमें क्या observe किया? हमने observe किया that in the first case, when the candle was burning without any obstacle, कोई भी obstacle नहीं, so उसको sufficient supply of air मिल रही थी, तो candle was burning smoothly. In the second case, when we put the candle in the jar, the flame started flickering. फ्लेम जो थी वो बहुत फ्लिकर कर रही थी, बहुत ज़्यादा मूव कर रही थी, एंड इट बिकम सूटी ऑल्सो, मतलब ये धुआं भी प्रोड्यूस करना शुरू करती है, बिकॉज द सप्लाई ऑफ एयर वॉज कट ऑफ, उसको सफिशिएंट सप्लाई ऑफ एयर नहीं मिल रही थी. एंड द थर्ड केस, व्हेन वी कंप्लीटली ब्लॉक्ड द एयर सप्लाई, सो व्हाट हैपेंड, द कैंडल फ्लेम वॉज पुट ऑफ, ओके, बिकॉज देयर वाज नो सप्लाई ऑफ एयर. सो ये 3 ऑब्जर्वेशन से पता चलता है हमें कि एयर और ऑक्सीजन इज नेसेसरी फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ कंबस्शन. Okay, this was the conclusion from that activity. So let's be familiar with another term, that is ignition temperature. Ignition temperature क्या होता है? Ignite करना, किसी चीज़ को burn करना. तो किसी चीज़ को burn करने के लिए जो temperature चाहिए उसे ignition temperature चाहिए कहते हैं. और ये temperature कितना होना चाहिए? What is the ignition temperature? हर ऑब्जेक्ट जो है डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर में बर्न स्टार्ट करता है. अगर हम अभी गैस की बात करते हैं, जो हम एलपीजी गैस को यूज़ करते हैं, जैसे ही मैंने बटन को टर्न ऑन किया, मैंने लाइटर के स्पार्क से उसको बर्न कर दिया, इट कॉट फायर, और जो हमारा फ्लेम था वो शुरू हो गया. ठीक है. लेकिन अभी आपने देखा कि जब मैंने कागज़ को बर्न किया तो मुझे मैस्टिक को बर्न करने में 1 सेकेंड लगा, कागज़ को बर्न करने में थोड़ा टाइम लगा, तो उसका टेम्परेचर अलग था. इमीडिएटली उसने कैच नहीं किया, सारे होल्स जैसे अपनी फ्लेम के पूरे होल्स ने फटाफट फायर पकड़ ली थी, उतना फास्ट हमारा कागज़ नहीं बर्न कर रहा था, पेपर बर्न नहीं कर रहा था. ओके, सो इग्निशन टेम्परेचर इज द लोएस्ट और द मिनिमम टेम्परेचर एट विच अ कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंस कैचेस फायर. ओके, it is also called kindling temperature. इग्निशन टेम्परेचर क्या होता है, जो लोवेस्ट और मिनिमम टेम्परेचर, जिस टेम्परेचर पे, मिनिमम टेम्परेचर पे एक कोई भी कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंस जो है वो फायर कैच करता है, उसे हम किंडलिंग टेम्परेचर और इग्निशन टेम्परेचर कहते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ पीस ऑफ पेपर बर्न्स क्विकली वेयर एज अ पीस ऑफ वुड कांट बर्न इजीली. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस फ्रॉम हियर. पेपर को बर्न करना बहुत आसान है, लेकिन अगर उसी हम मैच स्टिक से वुड को बर्न करने की कोशिश करते हैं, इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर अस टू burn the wood. So let's have some examples to prove that ignition temperature is necessary for combustion. Combustion के लिए जितनी ऑक्सीजन या एयर इंपॉर्टेंट है, उतना ही ignition temperature भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. For example, we can boil water in a paper cup without burning the paper cup. हम पानी को बॉयल कर सकते हैं. It is because the heat supplied to paper cup is absorbed by the water. So the ignition temperature of paper is not achieved, hence it does not catch fire. So let's do this activity. We are going to see here that what is ignition temperature. So I am holding a paper cup in my hand. I am trying to burn this paper cup under this candle flame. This paper cup is empty. There is no water and it caught fire immediately as soon as I put it on the flame. Now I have this second paper cup in my hand, in which I am having some water. So let's try to burn this cup. You can see it's not catching fire, though this is of the same type. This is the same paper cup. But what is the difference here? That this paper cup is having some water. So whatever heat is being supplied by the candle, it is taken up by the water, and so the ignition temperature of the glass or the paper cup is not reached. It's not achieved. That's why paper cup is not burning. Let me use two flames. The water is getting heated up, but the paper cup is not burning. As we can see, the water has got heated up. We can see bubbles coming up in the water. This shows that water is going to start boiling. We can see the water vapors also coming out in the form of smoke. You can see the bubbles of water. So we can boil the water in the paper cup without burning the cup, because the heat that is being supplied to the paper cup is being taken up by the water and getting heated up, and the ignition temperature of paper cup is not achieved. So the water is finally boiling. Now, you saw from the activity that it was easy to burn a paper cup rather than to burn a paper cup having water in it, because the heat supplied to the water cup was absorbed by the water. So the ignition temperature of paper was not achieved. Okay, now second example we are having is white phosphorus can catch fire easily during summers because its ignition temperature is 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस. हमारे यहाँ पे समर्स होती हैं बहुत हॉट होती हैं. इंडिया में नॉर्थ में समर्स आर द हॉटेस्ट वेदर. ओके, तो यहाँ पे हमारा टेम्परेचर समर्स में इन द मंथ ऑफ मे और जून इट रीचेस टू 40-44 ऑल्सो. सो 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस टेम्परेचर को अचीव करना एट रूम टेम्परेचर इज़ वेरी ईजी. इसका मतलब अगर वाइट फॉस्फोरस को हमने बाहर ओपन में रख दिया तो 35 डिग्री जैसे ही टेम्परेचर उसको अचीव होगा, इट विल कैच फायर ऑटोमेटिकली. वी डोंट हैव टू बर्न इट. So that is also an example that it has an ignition temperature which is very very low and it can be achieved easily in summers. So it catches fire. Okay. The third example we are having is a matchstick can be lighted by striking the match along a rough surface. अब हमने मैच स्टिक को भी देखा, पकड़ के देखा. जैसे मैंने मैच स्टिक से को उसकी सरफेस पे उसके जो फॉस्फोरस लगा था उस पर मैंने रब किया तो रफ सरफेस थी, उसकी वजह से मैच स्टिक को फायर लग गई इमीडिएटली. अगर मैं उसी मैच स्टिक को किसी स्मूथ सरफेस से रब करती हूँ तो नहीं आप फायर कैच करेगा. because red phosphorus used in mastic has very low ignition temperature that is achieved by heat produced by friction only on striking the mastic. जो थोड़ी सी फ्रिक्शन से जितनी हीट प्रोड्यूस होती है उसी हीट से उसको फायर लग जाती है, एंड दैट इज वाई द मैस्टिक कैचेस फायर इजीली. दैट मीन्स इट्स ignition temperature is also very very low. Even the wood used in the mastic is of special kind whose ignition temperature is as low as the red phosphorus of mastic. क्योंकि हम देखते हैं कि जैसे हमने मैस्टिक को बर्न किया उसके ऊपर जो रेड फॉस्फोरस लगा था उसको तो फायर लग गई, बट आफ्टरवर्ड्स ऑटोमेटिकली दैट फायर रीचेस टू द वुड एंड वुड ऑल्सो कीप्स ऑन बर्निंग. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि हमने उसकी जैसे उसकी टिप बर्न हो जाती है, फॉस्फोरस बर्न हो गया तो उसके बाद माचिस की जो मैस्टिक है बुझ जाती है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. बिकॉज ऑटोमेटिकली द वुड दैट इज ऑफ स्पेशल काइंड इट कैचेस फायर. ओके, so that wood is also a special kind. Its ignition temperature is also as low as the red phosphorus used in the mastic. Okay, now the fourth example is the flame of candle goes off when we blow it. It happens only like we have seen on our birthdays. हमारे birthdays हम केक कट करते हैं, before that we blow off the candles. तो हमारे मुंह से जो हवा आती है उससे कैंडल बुझ जाती है. ऐसा क्यों होता है? इससे दो कनेक्शंस हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, the air from the mouth lowers the temperature of burning wax below its ignition temperature. किसी चीज़ को बर्न करने के लिए हमें उसका मिनिमम इग्निशन टेम्परेचर अचीव करना होता है. ठीक है. सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट कि इन आवर ब्रेथ वी आर थ्रोइंग आउट और वी आर एक्सहेलिंग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. हम अपनी ब्रेथ से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस निकालते हैं. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज नॉट अ सपोर्टर ऑफ कंबस्शन. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है कंबस्शन को या बर्निंग को सपोर्ट नहीं करती. तो जैसे ही ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है वो फ्लेम के ऊपर जाती है तो इट स्टॉप्स द सप्लाई ऑफ एयर एंड दैट इज वाई द कैंडल फ्लेम इज पुट ऑफ अगेन. So that is why in fire extinguishers carbon dioxide gas is used to cut off the air supply. So from the above activities we came to these conclusions that what are the conditions necessary for combustion. First condition is that there must be a combustible substance. कोई तो combustible substance होना चाहिए, कोई तो fuel होना चाहिए, ठीक है, जिसको burn करना चाहते हैं हम. Second condition, there must be a continuous supply of air. अब हमारा जो कंबस्टिबल मटेरियल है वो बर्न कब करेगा? जब वहाँ पे उसको एयर और ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई होती रहेगी. इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर डेफिनेटली द कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंस विल नॉट कैच फायर. एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज दैट द टेम्परेचर ऑफ कंबस्टिबल सब्सटेंस और मटेरियल शुड बी अबव इट्स इग्निशन टेम्परेचर. जैसे ही हम टेम्परेचर को लोअर करने की कोशिश करेंगे इग्निशन टेम्परेचर से, तो इग्निशन टेम्परेचर अगर अचीव नहीं हुआ तो कंबस्टिबल मटेरियल विल नॉट कैच फायर. तो हमेशा जो टेम्परेचर प्रोवाइड करना है, हमें जो हीट एनर्जी उसको देनी है, वो उसके इग्निशन टेम्परेचर से थोड़ी ज़्यादा ही होनी चाहिए ताकि वो कैच करे. ओके, सो दीज आर द 3 कंडीशंस रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द कंबशन प्रोसेस टू टेक प्लेस.